Okay, I think that's long enough for the usual suspects to be in attendance. Oh, you can't see my hand because we got Phantom right here doing Phantom stuff on stream. That was a really funny day. She had a couple little treats, and you can just see she's just absolutely devouring those things. Oh man, there's a Ninja Weasel in the chat, which I can't put on the screen because OBS kind of stinks for that. But the stream is starting soon, and by soon I mean right now. Also, I better drop the volume of that music. Yeah, there we go. Still got my Jack Irons 4 stuff. Oh, that reminds me, I never did look to see if I got any comments since that went up. Let me pop in here to YouTube Studio and see if anybody left any fun comments. Okay. Oh, that's somebody I'm not going to respond to. Cool. Let's just hide user from channel. Okay, I'm not doing that. Okay, there's weird comments. Alright, we're gonna not look at those comments anymore. We're gonna go ahead and get on with the reason we're here, which is New Comic Book Day. This is a reasonably new comic book. I got it in the mail just the other day. And you know what? You can totally go watch that video where I unboxed this son of a gun. We're not going to do that today. We are now going to get this thing off of my desk. Although I guess you're kind of getting like the whole unboxing experience here. Boom. I mean, you're at least seeing everything. And of course, we can't forget, I got little review videos of each chapter of this manga going up. It's been a hoot. You should go check them out, man. You know, I try not to give too much away, but come on. Joker trying to get into a, like, baby Batman into a daycare. You know you want to read that. It's hilarious. This is some of the best stuff DC Comic related I've read in a long time. Alright. Let's get them new comic books over here. I forgot to take a bag with me, so I ended up getting a bag. Joker's dad is a thing that is just blowing your mind. Dude, it's hilarious. Like, he's only doing it because he dunked Batman in a vat of chemicals, and Batman turned back into a baby. So Joker's trying to raise Batman so he has somebody to fight. It's the dumbest, most fun that you can do. It's just a lot of fun, man. I guess we'll put something kind of boring down here for our first book. Now, as you probably remember, when it's New Comic Book Day on Wednesdays, I go to Graham Cracker Comics and get my comic books. And we go to Graham Cracker Comics on a Wednesday. Man, this is the Rebel Path. I really like this track. You go to Graham Cracker Comics on a Wednesday, you get 3 books for free out of the 50-cent bin. Now, the $1 bin. And, you know, inflation. It happens. It used to be 50 cents, then it was 75. Now it's a whole buck. It's absolutely gone hog wild. That's okay. Because usually, you know, there's not really good stuff. Although, there was a bunch of, like, some death metal. Was it Batman Dark Knight's Death Metal, or whatever the event was called from a couple years ago? A bunch of that in there today, much to my surprise. Including some of those Tales from the Dark Multiverse books, which I generally enjoyed those. They tended to be fun. I think I saw the Wonder Woman War of the Gods one. There was like 2 of those in the $50 or the $1 bin, which kind of crazy. Boom! Come on. Give me that kick. Oh, it's denying me. There it is. Whew. Oh. Man, I really do like this track. It's such good stuff. Anyway, the first book we picked up, this isn't the original Nomad, which was Steve Rogers in the 70s. This is that other guy that was Nomad, and I forget what his whole deal is, and, you know, frankly, it probably doesn't really matter all that much. I got another one of these books somewhere that I read. I think there's a review of it up even, and it was kind of interesting. There was some good ideas in it, and I'm really hoping I didn't accidentally pick up the same book twice. But he's going around just doing... Oh, let me get this pin out of the way. Just doing good stuff. What is a hero supposed to go do? Hero stuff. What does that mean? That means some good stuff. That means going out, saving the day. That means going out and helping people. You know, especially people who don't have anything. You know, it's anybody can go help, like, a multimillionaire, right? Like, the multimillionaire can just, like, buy help. But some poor person, they don't have those resources. They need somebody to help them. They need somebody who can roll in and, if necessary, completely annihilate everybody. And I mean everybody with a machine gun. Oh man, look at this. LJN game right here. Roger Clemens Baseball. I don't know that I ever played that one, but the screenshot looks awful familiar. Of course, the baseball game I played the most on the NES was Baseball Stars, which is an SNK game, if I remember. And it was absolutely fantastic. You got to make your own team and level people up and all kinds of crazy stuff like that. It was a blast. Although me and my buddy that I was playing it with, we got to the point where we couldn't hit home runs. Instead, we always hit doubles. You know how annoying that is when you're trying to hit home runs and just like pa-toom, pa-toom, pa-toom. And I don't know if that's the way we built like our batters or what, but it was kind of a funny result to get to. Oh man, I was just thinking back to all of that stuff. Alleged. But what are you alleging, XLG? You're alleging something here. Wait, should I have been reading the text on this page over here? Because I was just over here admiring it. She looks kind of like Linda Hamilton, right? Like, doesn't that look like Sarah Connor in the first Terminator movie? Right there? Like, that's what I was looking at, man. I don't know where your allegedly is coming from. But I'm alleging that you have already alleged. It does? Yes, yeah, I thought so. I thought so. Anyway, I kind of like the Nomad stuff because it's kind of like, you know, just hero going and doing some hero stuff. There's the one book I do remember reading from Nomad, like, I don't remember a whole lot of pretension and blah, blah, blah from it. I remember it's just kind of like, oh, this is weird, and it's like, I think he rescued a homeless girl or something like that. Art's okay. Very kinda 90-ish. Who did the art? If I can even open the book up. Wow. Bruh. Jack Monroe, failed super soldier, fallen superhero. A reluctant father, wandering the highways and byways of this vast land, Monroe tries to discover himself by discovering America. Well, that just tells me that this is, in fact, a prelude to Steven Seagal's America, which is a show about Steven Seagal traveling America and visiting places like Millie's Diner, where he can learn the true meaning of America from great Americans like Millie, Americans who make America the great place that it is. There we go. There's the art team. It was on the next page over. Except for the writer. I don't really recognize any of those names on the staff. Well, whatever. I like the art. The matte stock it's printed on is pretty nice too. I'm not gonna lie. $1.75, man. This was the point in time when I was growing up where I started getting out of comic books. When they started costing more than like $1, $1.25, it was just like, man, I can't afford this. You know, I had like $5 a week to spend. Roadkill. Nomad's got a cool logo though, doesn't it? At least I think that's pretty cool. With that yellow in the background, that looks pretty dope. It looks cooler than this, which is just like purple on white. Like this is actually a lot less interesting visually. Short and sweet this week. Well, see you soon, Elizabeth. Ha ha ha. You're being kind of weird, dude. Anyway, the book right next to it in the bin was another issue of Nomad. So I'm like, psh, I'm getting this. It looks like it's about that time of the month or something. So should be interesting. And look over here. Whatever store this came from at some point, they totally sliced through with the marker right there. So this book has been vandalized. Think about that. This book has been vandalized by the people. Wait, what's that? Oh no. Don't you oh no. You ain't allowed to oh no, XLG. I'm looking. My stream looks fine, bro. Oh, the joke. Okay. Man, you're making me worry. Don't do this to me. I don't have the constitution for it. Anyway, I always find stuff like this kind of interesting when you get a book that's like a literal definition of period humor. Oh, look, and it's even got a... Look, right there. It's red. See, it's all coming together. We're going to get some wings after this one. Join the Marvel Dream Team. Oh, look at that. LJN games. Man, actually, did LJN make a single game that was actually fun to play? That was actually good? No, it's shoegaze, XLG. It's shoegaze, bro. LJN video games. Here we go. Let's see. I'm looking over on Wikipedia. Okay, I think I'm the only person who actually likes Jaws. So that's okay. Oh, I like Friday the 13th too. I know everybody hates that one. Oh, yeah. That game sucked. I rented that one time. It was terrible. Never played that Punisher game. Never played this, but it looked terrible. Bill and Ted's 2, Wolverine 1991 video game. This is probably terrible too. I've never played it though. But all those like X-Men games were terrible way back then. How the Crash Dummies became like a franchise, I don't know. That kind of came up out of nowhere, lasted like 2 years, and then was gone. Once again, a game that I'm the only person that likes. So yeah, I guess they have not actually made a good game ever. Because the games that are on here that I like, I know aren't actually any good. Alright, well, that was our brief dip into LJN and their video game world. A world of games. A world of gaming gameliness. And, you know, Palm Tree and Sunset isn't this Vaporwave? Actually, this is more Synthwave than Vaporwave, dude. To be Vaporwave, it needs more of this, like, pinkish kind of color, and it needs a lo-fi aesthetic across the whole thing, like some static or some scroll lines like it's from a CRT. Something like that, and you could call it vaporwave. Well, actually, I guess this logo kind of like is doing that, isn't it? You know, here I thought this was shoegaze, and instead it turns out it's vaporwave. Once again, it's not shoegaze. Hold on, we'll write something down here for that situation. Just for you, XLG. I should have got a Sharpie out for this. There we go. This is XLG every morning when he wakes up. When he wakes up at like 11:30 p.m. watching a stream, this is the first thought on his head. He looks at the screen and he tries to determine, is what I'm watching shoegaze? Then he'll ask me. He'll send me a DM on Discord. Yeah, I'm out in your bro. I'm out in your like 3 times daily shoegaze DMs, okay? We gotta dial it back, man. We gotta dial it back. You can't be that shoegaze addicted, okay? It ain't healthy, bro. It just ain't healthy, alright? Anyway, this is probably okay. Man, you know what? This looks like Cyberpunk 2077. Like, let's be honest. This is one of the dudes from Pacifica. There's somebody's V who's actually named N because they bought a big N belt, and they're having a fight like down on the boardwalk in Pacifica, you know, next to all the dead bodies and burning trash. There we go. We've now tied this all the way back to the soundtrack because we're listening to the Cyberpunk 2077 OST. Maybe it's always shoegaze. Maybe we've been wrong this whole time. Maybe it is shoegaze and we just don't realize it. What even is shoegaze? Anybody know? Does the world know what shoegaze is? Actually, it's the shoegaze is the aesthetic of that movie Train Spotters, right? Oh, hold on, Ninja was just dropped a picture in the chat. Ah! A classic. Let's, boom! Thank you, Ninja Weasel. Thank you. This is how you know you're loved in the chat. When we realized you only have one mode of operation. That mode is shoegaze. Speaking of weird genres, I don't know what this is. Check this out. $2.95 American, first issue, Forever Eve. There's not like a... Is there even a publisher name up here? Like, there's nothing here. Who is this? What is this? I didn't even open it up, man. I just saw the cover, and I'm like, this looks so dumb and weird. Like, I can't tell what it is. I have to own this. And now, I own it. Forever Eve by Timothy Shea. Jason Youngbluth, who penciled the first 23 pages, Ron Schrimmel, who penciled pages 24-26, Greg Culver, who is the letterer. The cover. Oh, and Timothy Shea didn't just write it, he also inked it. Cover by Jason Youngbluth. Look at this. Back cover by Bill Jankowski. Now that name sounds familiar. I don't know why, but it does. Just kind of like hoping something's going to catch my eye here, and we're not really seeing a whole lot of that. The summer of '97? Wait, this book is from the late '90s? www.fishertown.com/dangercomics. Hold on. We're checking this out. fishertown.com/dangercomics. No, it doesn't really look like the 70s. It looks like the early 90s. Okay, fishertown.com exists, but Danger Comics is not a real path. Got a 404. What is fishertown.com? Fishertown and Associates, product information, business innovation. What? What did we stumble into, dude? Wow. Wow. Hold on. I'm going to flip through this off camera here. Just real quick. I just want to... The nastiest thing to hit your computer since that mean old monkey virus. It's the Danger Comics website. While that other penciler has a completely different art style. Oh, we must have flipped right over this page. This dude down here, new reaction image just dropped right here. Dude, I'm going to get a good picture of this panel and I'm going to use it as a reaction image from now on. This is great. This is just awesome. I love it. So, Forever Eve. Let me see if I can find anything about this book. Like, that's half the fun of picking up some random indie book you've never heard of before. Is just like, what stuff, you know, what stuff do you find? Forever Eve is an actual novel by an author named J.B. Lexington. A lot of Eve Online shows up. Eve Forever magazine is your destination for community projects, opinions, pirates, and art created by Rick Javix. Ever Eve, women's clothing and fashion styled for you. I'm afraid I'm going to get something like we shouldn't be looking at here if I keep clicking around. So that's why we're not doing this on camera. You're just going to have to like listen to the descriptions here. Forever Eve Wiki. Forever Eve ideas. Romance writers Forever Eve. Oh wow. You go, Pinterest. Okay. Forever Eve. What was one of the names on this book? Youngbluth? I was looking for Timothy Shea. Timothy Shea. No results. Let's go to... Was it comics.org? Yeah, comics.org, the Grand Comic Database. And let's look for Timothy Shea. No results. Forever Eve? Forever Day. Oh, there's a lot of stuff here that's picking up one or the other part of that. But there's nothing for this book. This book doesn't exist, guys. You can look. This book does not exist. There is no result for Forever Eve. And pop back over here to this person search. Timothy Shea. No results. This book does not exist. Let's flip this back open. Let's look up some of these other people, like Jason Youngbluth. Who is Jason Youngbluth? Jason Yungbluth. He exists. Interesting. This guy must work in commercial art. He must work in commercial art because he does not have very many credits here. And the ones that he does have, 4 of them are from Mad Magazine. Okay, who was somebody else that worked on this? Ron Schrimmel. Ron Schrimmel. That's Rimmel. I'm going to get this wrong. Ron Schrimmel. He's not in here. So the people that worked on this is like the only thing they did, guys. What a weird, random artifact we've picked up. That's too wild. Hey, while we're clicking back and forth to the other screen, I just want to talk about this a little bit. If you ever wanted to watch a brand completely destroy its value, Unity, the game engine company, is doing it. So previously, a couple years ago, they had published like a post that said, "Hey, we're not going to change our terms of service and add new fees or anything, yada yada." Right? Well, guess what? Yeah, it's fascinating. Guess what? They turned around just yesterday, I think, and decided, "Hey, every time somebody installs your game, 20 cents." It's like listening to Big Boy in Dick Tracy, man. You know, every time somebody buys a steak, we get a nickel. You know, that's what's going on here. It's just wild. Literally nickel and diming their customers. And I kind of get it. Like, if you look, like the terms are, well, you got to be over this threshold and this threshold, which means, like, you know, only a couple percentage of our customers are going to be hit by this. But at the same time, you have people who built their business model assuming things were going to be one way, that the terms of the contract wouldn't change. In fact, just changing the terms of a contract like this, they might have language in their EULA or the contract that's agreed upon where they can do something like this, but it would be a weird judge who didn't just throw that out. You can't just change somebody's contract. Like, this isn't where somebody's paying like month to month for cable, and so the cable company can change month to month what that is. These are people who signed an agreement that said things are going to be this way. And from that moment forward, the contract says they're going to be this way. Retroactively going in and adding a fee that was not specified in the original contract is really weird, really shifty, and probably not going to fly if this ever makes it into an actual court. The Ninja was linking Twitter. That's safe? Is that Twitter link safe? Are you sure you want to leave YouTube? No, but we're going to do it anyway. Minecraft team has been hard at work these past few years on a new game, but unlike what Slay the Spire, the engine was in Unity. Retroactive pricing structure of runtime files is not only harmful in a myriad of ways to developers, especially indies, it's also a violation of trust. We believe Unity is fully aware of this, because they had gone so far as to remove their TOS from GitHub. Despite the immense amount of yada yada, yada yada, we never made a public statement before. This is how badly you messed up. I don't know, Ninja. You're kind of a wild man sometimes. You're kind of a crazy guy. Anyway, it's just like, Wizards of the Coast, man. Just like Wizards of the Coast. What was that, just a couple months ago? Being like, it would be a really great idea if we got together and we gotta just, absolutely destroy our reputation as quickly as possible. This is what happens when you hire an executive to run your company who used to run Electronic Arts. Alright? He has no idea how to actually make a company that is not completely evil. Like, he just doesn't get it. It's not hard to not be evil. Like, mega evil, anyway. It's hard to not be, like, slightly evil, like when you're down there getting, like, your latte or whatever from the coffee cart, and they give you, like, slightly too much syrup or something, and you don't complain. You don't go, hey, that was a little too much syrup. You're only supposed to do 2 pumps, and that was, like, 2 1/4 pumps, That's like, slightly evil. But instead, this is like, what if we just, charge you for possibly everything? Yeah. God, that's right. What if we made reloading your gun a microtransaction? And Unity did buy a couple of other companies recently, so this whole thing is probably just them grasping for revenue because their acquisitions, all those companies they bought, didn't meet the revenue targets that they thought they were going to meet. And weirdly, one of those companies made software that, you ready for this? That tracks when people install things. Isn't that weird? Seems kind of weird. Maybe weirdly coincidental. Anyway, I don't want to harp on this. I just thought this was absolutely, completely wild. Like, I wish I had like a GIF of like dynamite exploding or something, because that's what this is. That's what this deserves. Hold on. Hey, let me go to Giphy, right? Giphy.com, which I think still exists. Yeah. And Implosion. What do we get? Why is there sound? There we go. Here with the sound. Show right monitor. Like, here, start over, guys. Start over. Is there no way to actually start this over? Okay, well, that's stupid. You should always be able to start videos over. There we go. That right there, what you're watching, is in real time Unity, the company, and what they've done to themselves. The only other case of something quite this bad that I've ever seen is Wizards of the Coast. This is the problem when you get people in as leaders who aren't familiar with like the culture, the habits, the everything that made your product a success. People go, oh, well, sometimes you got to recruit from outside the company to get like new blood or whatever. No! If what you've been doing in the past has been successful, and it looks like it's going to keep being successful if you did nothing else and you would still be making money, recruit from inside. Just bring the VIP or bring the VP up to be the president. It ain't that hard, bro. And then you bring some lower level guy up to be the new VP, like the director of this or that. Otherwise, you just get a situation where you completely blow your everything up. Anyway, back to comic books. Yeah! I think this is actually supposed to be next week's book. But, as always, I seem to get DC books 1 week early. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I don't want to flip through this too much, because I don't want to spoil it, but we're going to open up to a random page here and just see what we see inside this beautiful, beautiful, glossy Batman book. I got to tell you, these Sean Murphy Batman books, or the Murphyverse books, or whatever you want to call them, I mean, this is not written by him. It's actually written by, I believe, his wife, Katana Collins. But these things have been way better than Batman books from the actual Batman titles. What is going on here? Yep, Neo Joker being a villain. That was actually pretty funny in the last issue when she like betrayed Harley, and she's like, "Never trust a villain." It's like, yeah, I don't know why Harley trusted you. I don't know why anybody would trust somebody named Neo Joker. This just seems like a bad idea all around. And I didn't think I was going to be like super into what's going down in this series, right? But I was. Turns out that the Joker trying to have like one day with his kids before he dies was way more exciting and way more dramatic than it had any right to be. And you couple that with what's been some pretty good art from where's the biggest place? Okay, the biggest place for her name is actually on the front cover. Some pretty good art from Merca here. And you've got like an absolute winner of a book. It's been a blast. Plus Sean Gordon Murphy doing the covers of these things. Every time he draws a Batmobile, it's the most beautiful Batmobile you've ever seen. Like this Bat hover bike or whatever this is supposed to be. Looking great. Have a thumbs up. Oh, I'm looking forward to reading that so much. Now, the other book I got here, House of Slaughter 17. Well, you thought I'd put Slaughter in the title of the stream and we wouldn't have House of Slaughter in the stream? Bro, what kind of raging egomaniac do you think I am? Yeah, whatever it is, I ain't that one. I'm some other entirely different raging egomaniac. Gosh. House of S. Laughter. Oh, exactly, man. Exactly. Not that I plan on laughing at the book, because this arc actually looks like pretty crazy, because they've got this little kid who has no arms from whichever one of the houses. I guess it is the House of Slaughter out here, like, dealing with monsters and stuff. It's a God. Dude, the book looks good. Whenever these monsters are on screen, whenever it's all about like some kind of crazy monster stuff, I really like this art style. That's got a great sense of motion and darkness and stuff to it. It looks good. But when we get to something a little more prosaic, it doesn't look nearly as good. Although, what a panel right there. Wow! What a freaking panel, dude! Oh, that must be the monster that took the kid's arms? Oh! Oh! Oh, that's way too intense. Okay, we're shutting the book. That's a little way too intense. Or intense, one way or the other. There's either we're in a tent or it's past tense or something. Oh, man. I'm actually really hyped for that book. I didn't think I was going to be. I thought, oh, yeah, you know what? It's just House of Slaughter. It's just going to be kind of okay. And I'm looking at this, and my camera is wrong. Those straight lines are not straight. What do I need to do to fix that? Is that it right there? Hold on, we can... Looks like gravity got the better of it. Let me undo that right there. Tighten it back down. I don't know if that's better. I don't know if that's better. Hold on. Because we can go crazy, man. We got like the power here. You know, we can do whatever we want. Well, I don't know if that actually made things better, but I think it made it slightly better. And guys, Ninja Weasel, XLG, you beautiful lurkers, I think we're going to call it a new comic book day stream here. We got 5 books. Then I hiccuped. 2 of the books we bought. Excuse me again. 3 of them we got for free, including 1 book that we can't find any information on the whole internet. Think about that. This book does not exist according to the internet. How is there not one web page somewhere talking about Forever Eve? There's not one forum post. There's not one Reddit post. There's not a Twitter account that ever said Forever Eve. It's all about some novel no one has ever heard of before, except for the fact that it has a wiki, which means it has a whole fandom or something crazy like that. I don't know. What I do know is that you've been a great audience, as always. I hope you take care of yourselves. I hope you have a great one. And remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm going to get down out of here. Yeah, I guess I'm going to get down out of here. I don't think I'm going to stream on Twitch, Twitch tonight. I might, but if I do, it'll probably be like an hour from now. So it won't be right after this. Whatever the case, you guys, ciao. I'm going to mute and give you a thumbs up, and then we'll fade out. Fade to black.